Hey everybody, Glecko here, back with yet another video. So in this video, I'm going to put the Dark Triad against the Wizard Kings. The three, well, technically it was four of them, but, it was three. The three Wizard Kings who were reanimated in the Black Clover movie, Black Clover Sword of the Wizard King. I've been wanting to do this video since I first saw that, since I first saw the movie. But I'm finally getting around to doing it. Little side tangent. Guys, this my channel's starting to I've got a couple new subscribers, so I want to thank everybody. Thanks for joining. But anyway, on to the video. So, couple ground rules. One, no Conrad. I was gonna put Conrad at first, but that just makes this an unfair stomp. We're gonna be using the 80% Dark Triad. So the Dark Triads, when they were invading Clover in Spade Kingdom, the Wizard Kings will not have the Imperial Sword, so the infinite magic amount. And it's going to be Princia, Edward, and Jester versus the Dark Triad. Now, off rip, I think the Wizard Kings take this. So for those of you who don't want to stick around for the whole video, there you go. I think the Wizard Kings win, primarily due to Princia. The Dark Triad have a good chance. This is a brutal fight, and the Dark Triad have they have the luxury of having 2 attributes apiece. So they bring in 6 attributes to the fight, while their opponents only bringing 3. You got Vonica and her blood magic, but you also got Magicula's curse warding magic, which is very potent. I think that's going to be like the second danger to all the Wizard Kings here. But then you got Dante and his body magic, but he also has Lucifero's gravity magic. Xenon and his bone magic, and then he's got Beelzebub's spatial magic. And with Beelzebub's spatial magic, he can control the mana in any given area. And he can basically cancel out spells with his spatial magic. Sorry guys, I had to cough. So yeah, that So some tricky powers for the Wizard Kings to deal with here, honestly, if I do say so myself. But I think they can pull it off. Each of the triads, before they got their devil power, I had them around captain to vice captain level. But with their devil powers, with Xenon and Dante at 80% and Vonica at 70%, Xenon and Dante have the power of about 4 Magic Knight captains, whereas Vonica has the power of 3 Magic Knight captains. Now, here is the problem. They have the power of these captains pre-time skip, right? Before the time skip happened, before the whole training arc, before the Spade arc, at the beginning of the series, right? They have the beginning of the series captains. Now, they're very powerful and they're strong, but they aren't necessarily going to hold up against, say, the Wizard Kings, who could fight 3 to 4 Magic Knight captains. The Dark Triad were fighting the Magic Knight have the magic power and the strength of multiple captains at the beginning of the series, but the Wizard Kings had the power of multiple captains at the current time, or the captains at their current level. So Yami with Mana Zone, Real with all his training, Dorothy with all her training. Like when the Wizard Kings first attacked the stadium and Yami showed up. Remember, Yami showed up first, then then Dorothy and Real came shortly after him. They were relatively fresh. They didn't have their mana sucked away. So Yami, using Mana Zone, launched several Dark Slash attacks at what's his name? At Edward, the Ice Wizard King. And Edward dodged him so easily. And Edward was casually slapping around Dorothy, Real, and Yami simultaneously, very easily. Now, Dorothy's kind of a weak link, and I got to make a video on her, but still, the fact that he was able to do that to 3 captains captains who have been training for the Spade invasion really goes to show just how much stronger he is than any one member of the triad. Like, for all intents and, like I said, I believe each of the magic of the past Wizard Kings, with the exception of Conrad, because I think he's a little higher. I think Edward, Jester, and Princia are at the bare minimum as strong as 8 Magic Knight captains before the time skip. Well, at the start of the series. So, no, sorry, 9 Magic Knight captains. I think Princia and Edward are as strong as 9 Magic Knight captains. I think Jesters are probably about 7 to 8. And like I said, I'm scaling because these guys were taking on multiple captains, that had been training and were at the strength. When Dante and them came to the Spade Kingdom, the Wizard Kings were slapping around the captains when they were at that level of power, right? Yami was holding his own against Dante and killed him a couple of times, but Dante had that OP healing magic. Now, that healing magic is going to be a factor here, but I think all of the Wizard Kings can easily deal with that. Well, not easily deal, but I think they can deal with that. Like I said earlier, as I alluded to earlier, I think what really gives them the win is Princia. Princia was defeated by Marileona, who had to use her new purgatory, flame mode. I think that version, and remember, in that mode, she gets stronger as she fights. Well, she actually fought Marileona in that mode off screen. Marileona went into that mode. Her and Princia started throwing blows left, right, and center. And then it cuts away. And then once it cuts back, Princia is defeated. I think that version of Marileona is above Vonica. If Vonica could have, because Vonica's definitely going to fight Princia because another strong woman. If Vonica could beat Princia, I would be tempted to give this fight to the Triad, because then the other two won't really have an answer for Xenon's spatial magic. And yeah, Princia using her Gehenna magic, like she floods the. Remember how many little soldiers she created to fight the Black Bulls captains? William stated that 2 Magic Knight captains don't stand a chance against her army. Well, her army will be a great distraction for the Dark Triad, and then you have the other Wizard Kings who are taking in hot shots. You got Edward, who was only beaten by Noel, basically using his own magic against him after launching a combo spell at him where she made 13 clones of herself and all used Sea Dragon's Roar. But Edward was still able to block that. And Edward was also able to launch an ice blast that was able to cover, go over a mountain. Like, Edward was disgusting, man. He's strong. Like, he's second only to Princia because of her fight with Marileona. I think all of them, especially if they use Monozone effectively, because they are Wizard Kings, I think they all can pretty much deal with Xenon's spatial magic. Like, it's like William Vengeance was able to deal with his spatial magic, and Vengeance is no match for any of these Wizard Kings. Now, it's definitely going to be tricky. Now, if Vonica could, like I said, Vonica could have beaten Princia, then that would have been a different story. But no. Dante is just a punching bag here, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't think, like, Yami with his Monozone was able to deal with Dante's gravity magic to an extent. I think all the Wizard Kings would pretty much be able to, do maybe by not using mana. I don't know, because they are like much stronger than Yami, so they might just be able to just muscle their way through it. But, well, actually, Princia's army might get taken out because his gravity magic presence of the Demon King. But Dante wasn't very impressive with his magic. But gravity magic is basically is kind of simple in a way, kind of. So we'll hold off on it. I don't know. Nah, man, no, I don't. Dante's definitely the weak link here. I don't think any member of the Triad could beat any of the Wizard Kings. And that's especially why I did not let Conrad get in this fight. Don't forget, Jester's not a weak link either. Jester took a dimension slash. Yeah, he fought Yami, Nozel, and them while drained. But it was still 3 captains, so we can at least add a vice captain level onto that. So, yeah, these guys, the Wizard Kings are just too much. The Dark Triad don't have the magic amount, and they honestly don't have the experience to compete. As we saw with Dante's power against Magna, when using, like, Dante's always had a lot of mana, so he doesn't know how to really, like, regulate it or control it very well. And I think when fighting, like, Wizard Kings, people who've had to work their way up and had to, like, bust their butt to get where they were, I don't think the Dark Triad can keep up. It's a good fight. It's a long fight and a brutal fight. But in the end, the Wizard Kings go down with maybe Jester falling. But that's just about it. But anyway, this is Glecko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys back with more. See you next time.